Hi guys, it's finally calmed down a little today here, and I wanted to show you, I'm going to try to show you at least part of my booth at BU with the Jubilee 125th anniversary collection for Bernina, and we'll see what I get through. Hopefully I can get through stuff since it's starting to get to the dinner time hour. So you guys saw the 125th quilt probably already in another video. When I did that 125th quilt, which is all the gold and white prints of this collection, so it looks like this, and there's these beautiful pearlescent prints in this collection. I did that quilt entirely in the creams and golds because that's the colors of Bernina's anniversary, but I also added other prints into the collection. So you'll see here we have the reds, and I love that again, and we also have the blacks and the grays. So I wanted to show you some quilts, and then later I'll come back and show fabric. First of all, we have Ruby Jubilee. That's a really different look. It's a modern quilt. Excuse my hand. I use my hand when I talk. But this is a modern quilt that's an offshoot of a traditional red and white quilt. So that's Ruby Jubilee. And then next to it, I'm going to back up over here, we have Diamond Jubilee. This may be a favorite this time. Diamond Jubilee is a paper piece pattern, but it's just two simple templates. I don't usually like to paper piece, but let me tell you, this quilt was worth it. And I'm going to come up so you can see the quilting. All the lines of the quilting flow into the center of this quilt. I did some extra batting behind here. And then in the here you can see the pearl print. This really pretty pearl print. And I basically, you can see the wide back here. I free motion quilted on top of the design sort of closely. I think I used smoke Aurifil thread, and over here I used Aurifil cream thread. I quilted it on the Bernina Longarm. I pieced it on my 780. So that is Diamond Jubilee. And one thing I forgot to show you guys on Ruby Jubilee is that it has a new pantograph on it. Can you see that? It's called Scalloped Paisley, and it's part of a new quilting collection by OESD. I digitized 75 different quilting collections for them, and they're available for Longarm, but also for domestic machines. Then a third quilt in the quilting line, which I'm having trouble getting back far enough, is Platinum Jubilee. Some of you may remember this is this was originally in my Modern Holiday book, which is now out of print, but C&T let me use it for this collection, and I used some of my quilting designs that I digitized for OESD. I think this was Scalloped Paisley, and then I put some free motion in as well. You can quilt this with a stack of 10-inch squares, but you can also quilt it with 8 prints, a third a yard of 8 prints, and that's what I did because I didn't want the red colors in this quilt, but I did want it in this quilt. This is Technicolor, which I actually designed for Free Motion Fantasy, which is another line I'll show. But I thought I needed another red quilt, so here it is. Down here, we have a panel, this one right here. And this is the Jubilee embroidery panel. It has the motifs from the 125th quilt actually printed on the panel, so you can make that 125th quilt for Bernina, the gold and white one, even if you don't have an embroidery machine. This comes in 2 colors. It comes in all gold and then black and gold. And then over here I have a Jubilee ruler panel, and it actually teaches you to use the Bernina Rulers set, which I'll show you in a minute, that goes with the 125th quilt. Those medallion designs, we actually use that in the free pattern. So I'm going to come over here, you can see the free pattern. So this is the Jubilee free pattern. You can do it in red or black, and I use parts of that ruler panel. So that's what that is. Now before I go over and show you the rulers, I want to show you one more exciting thing, which is my dress for, whoops, I wonder if I'm going to be able to get far enough away. This is my dress for tonight, and actually for tomorrow night. And what is exciting about that is we have Rayon Prints in this collection. So I'm going to see if I can find those. Oh, here they are, to show you. There's a cream with the black border, And there's a black with a cream border. The border's on one side of the print. They're 56 inches wide, and they're really silky smooth, and they're for garment sewing. So those are the 2 Jubilee rayon SKUs. In addition, all of these paisley designs you see, so whether they're in gold or in red or in black and white or just in a subtle black on gray print, they also come in wide goods. So we have a lot of options for you guys there. So now I'm going to come over and show you my hanging ruler organizer. So this one is a pattern. I'm going to get back up here. And it's really simple. You basically quilt out a rectangle, and then you sew the zippers onto vinyl. Then you attach them to the panel, and you put this little trim on, and then you can fold up the panel for easy transport. I know it's hard to see here, but maybe you can see it better on the picture. You see that? So that's that. And inside here I have the Bernina Rulers. So these are the rulers I did for the 125th anniversary quilt, and it fits exactly around the embroidery on that quilt. There's 3 of those rulers. There's this ruler too, and this ruler is to do any straight line stitching or also echo quilting 1/4 of an inch lines. So we have those rulers. They would also, of course, go with that ruler panel. You're seeing a little bit of my mess. I'm trying to keep you away from my mess, but my ruler panel is right over there. So those go together. This is a pattern, so this is the 5th pattern in line, first being diamond, ruby, platinum, the ruler panel, and then the hanging organizer. All of these will be shipping toward the end of July. The fabric's ready to go in Benner, Texas warehouse, so we're really excited about that. Let's see. I'm going to stop this video, but I will do a separate video to show you some free motion fantasy, and also show you rulers, and also show you quilting collections. So it's an exciting year at BU.